Nikki Bella is responding to the big recent controversy involving her, so we'll see what's new there. We'll also check out what's going on for Bianca Belair, Cody Rhodes, and more. Starting things off with the big recent controversy involving Nikki Bella and how she's responding to it. After weeks of building a close friendship, Nikki shocked everyone when she suddenly betrayed Stephanie and turned heel by attacking her in the middle of the ring. And it just so happened that Nikki's return took place in John Cena's hometown of Boston. So when Nikki turned heel, the crowd immediately turned on her and became a bit hostile to her. Lots of negative chants broke out, but the main one fans heard was a chant of "Cena left you," directed at Nikki Bella, which of course is a deep jab at Nikki Bella and John Cena's relationship and how things ended there with that couple. Well, during a new episode of the Nikki and Brie show, Nikki Bella directly responded to those fans' chants from the Boston crowd and the entire situation there. She had this to say about it, quote, "The hate is so gross. Even some of the chants that I got last night, like it's the same. Honestly, I think they got picked up more on TV, or I was just in my moment that I didn't even know, that I didn't even hear it. But Boston is an amazing crowd. It was so fun. It's nice for these people with credibility that are speaking up, because I think at the end of the day, they all know how much I love this business, how much passion I have for wrestling. They know the work I put in," end quote. Nikki Bella ended her remarks by saying that she still has a lot to talk about and get into it for when it comes to why she did what she did to Stephanie. And Nikki teased that it will be explained on the November 17th edition of Raw. So Nikki did not hear those chants within the moment. She only heard it after family members pointed it out after the fact. And Nikki thinks it's gross hate. Those chants might have been taking things a bit too far there from the Boston crowd. But Nikki Bella will still have another potential rough time because it appears that she's teasing a promo segment for the November 17th edition of Raw from Madison Square Garden. She's going from a Boston crowd to a New York crowd, which wrestling fans know there are some of the most intense fans out there. So will the New York crowd let Nikki speak, and how will they treat the first heel segment from Nikki Bella? Got to assume that Nikki Bella will be cutting this promo in front of a mostly hostile crowd at MSG. So that'll be a little challenging there, no doubt about it. But fans are still very excited for this heel run from Nikki Bella. It opens up the door for her feud with some of the top babyfaces on the roster, and even the up-and-coming babyfaces as well. Hopefully it can mirror what we saw from Trish Stratus in 2023 with that little heel run that she had. Heel Trish had a big feud with Becky Lynch that year, and was able to get involved with other stars as well. So it'll be interesting to see what they copy from that Trish heel run, and what else they start here from Nikki Bella. Some of the younger women on the roster idolized Nikki Bella growing up. Women like Roxanne Perez, Maxine Dupree, and others all absolutely loved Nikki for the longest time. So it makes you wonder if even a little faction for Nikki is also possible. Maybe Nikki could gather up a few of these superstars that idolized her growing up and convince them to join her and do her dirty work for her while she sits back and watches it all unfold. So the sky's the limit for a heel Nikki Bella, and we'll have to see what she'll get into following the feud with Stephanie, because Nikki seems like she's really committed and going all the way with this current run, so you should expect lots of great things to continue to come out of it. Bianca Belair recently appeared on BET, and she provided an injury update. Quote, "I broke my knuckle joint. It's something that I thought was going to be a very straightforward 8 to 12 weeks. It's been almost 6 months at this point. I'm hoping I can be back in the ring soon," end quote. Bianca said this injury happened during an accidental moment in the match, where her hand was crushed during a spot with Rhea Ripley in the WrestleMania Triple Threat match. Bianca said she mistaken it as a broken finger at first, but it was actually a broken knuckle joint. And Bianca has the same reaction as fans. Everyone thought she'll miss a few months at the most from this injury, but she's been entering month 7 now with this injury. She's not wrestled a single match since WrestleMania 41 in April, and this injury has cost her the entire second half of the year. Bianca and the fans expected it to be a minor injury, but it did turn out to be more serious than everyone thought, even Bianca herself ever thought. So it's devastating to think about all that ring time that this injury robbed Bianca of. But she did say that she's been going on non-stop in the main roster since 2020, so it was nice to sort of get a breather there with this recovery time. Time frame for Bianca's return has been a bit messy up until this point. Back around SummerSlam, reports were saying that an immediate return from Bianca Belair was immensely imminent, but nothing ended up happening there. And now it's being reported that Bianca Belair will miss the rest of 2025 and is looking for an early 2026 return. Early 2026 return definitely makes you think of Royal Rumble and WrestleMania season as the big possibilities there. So Bianca's return continues to be a mystery, but it sure seems like she'll be back in time for WrestleMania 42. And if she is, then a lot of fans are looking at Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair to potentially be a major program for WrestleMania in 2026. A new fan theory has emerged out of the WrestleMania 42 teaser trailers. In these trailers, Paul Heyman and Triple H could be seen looking over a poker game amongst Brock Lesnar, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Cody Rhodes. The one thing that a majority of these men have in common at the poker table is that they were managed by Paul Heyman at some point in their careers. Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, and CM Punk were all Paul Heyman guys. The only one at the table that is never managed by Paul Heyman is Cody Rhodes. So there's a big fan theory going around out there that's wondering if these teasers could be hinting at the idea of Cody Rhodes eventually becoming a Paul Heyman guy and being managed by Heyman in the future. Cody Rhodes is the only odd one out there in that poker game that was never walked to the ring by Paul Heyman. So fans are wondering if that's something to pull out of those teasers. Cody's sitting there at the table and playing this match with all these former Paul Heyman guys, but is Cody the next big Paul Heyman guy? Is this tease hinting at even a heel turn for Cody Rhodes and a character transition there? A lot of fans are burnt out on the Cody Rhodes heel talk, and understandably so, but sometimes they just throw things at you that makes you at least consider it and think about it. The idea of Cody Rhodes turning heel and aligning with Paul Heyman based off what this trailer is hinting at is an intriguing thought, but what does make it seem a bit unlikely is that Paul Heyman does have his hands mighty full at the moment. Paul Heyman is managing Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Brock Lesnar, and there's rumors of Austin Theory joining the fold there as well. So the idea of Paul Heyman and Cody Rhodes linking up seems unlikely at this current moment, but it's still a hot topic that the fans are discussing. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below, don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.